nightmare that I want to wake up from. This is losing a family member. I can't sleep, I can't eat.
A family heartbroken and in search of answers after their pet dog is shot and killed at the Honolulu airport. Good evening and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, the 29th of March. What was supposed to be a fresh start for a Big Island family has turned into a nightmare. We were the first to tell you last night that a family's pet dog was shot and killed by airport security. The family is now demanding answers. This is Kaele, a 2-year-old pit bull mix. The dog's owner says her family was putting luggage in the car when a security officer at Honolulu Airport told them they had to leave. The family says Kaele was chained to a tree at the time and was shot and killed by the officer. Bridget Nomada follows up. Bridget?
Joelisha Ramos tells me the situation escalated fast. She believes the way it was handled was unnecessary and wrong.
It feels like a nightmare that I want to wake up from. I know he's just a dog, and people who don't love dogs may think it's crazy, but this is losing a family member. I can't sleep, I can't eat.
Leisha Ramos is reeling from the loss of her pet Kaele. It all happened so fast. That's how Ramos describes the moments leading up to the shooting. This is the area where it happened, ground level, by the drive-through check-in section of Hawaiian Airlines. Ramos, her 5-month-old baby, and 2-year-old pit bull Kaele had just flown in from the Big Island. Kaele was chained to a tree while the family loaded their car with luggage. Ramos says a verbal argument escalated between her boyfriend and an armed Securitas employee.
He told us exactly that we need to leave. And my boyfriend told him, okay, we're just loading everything. He said, no, you guys need to leave. The dog doesn't belong here. You guys need to get out now or I'll take care of it. While already approaching, grabbing his gun and walking towards us.
Ramos says somehow the dog's chain broke loose during the argument, so she held on to the other end.
I'm holding her hand, I'm holding her at the same time, and then finally he just moves, and then he's running to my boyfriend to see if my boyfriend's okay, and he gets shot. And he wasn't running aggressively, his tail was still wagging.
So your dog was running towards the security guard?
Towards my boyfriend, my boyfriend, because they're right next to each other.
Stunned, Ramos says the officer then walked away.
He spoke into his walkie-talkie, said shots was fired, and he walked away. That's all he did, and then he just walked away, and I'm screaming, you shot my dog, you shot my dog, trying to hold his head from bleeding, but he died instantly. Like, I thought he got tased or something. I didn't think it was an actual handgun.
Ramos tells me her questions are endless. Why was a handgun used in the first place? Why was the officer armed? For now, she is trying to heal from the painful loss.
I'm trying to convince myself that he didn't do it on purpose, you know. But I would like an apology because it was wrong how he handled it. That would be really nice to get an apology. Because he wasn't just an ordinary dog, he was my son.
Ramos says Kaele is currently with the state sheriffs because it's an active investigation. Bridget Namata, KHON2 News.
Known as airport police officers, and they are allowed to carry firearms and to make arrests. So how different are their responsibilities? Manolo Morales got some answers. Manolo?
Joe, last night's incident is raising questions on whether these armed airport officers are getting the proper training. A lawmaker now wants the State Department of Transportation to provide those answers. State Senator Will Espero has received complaints about Securitas officers at the airport before. Last night's shooting makes him question the decision-making process of the officer.
There was a major safety issue there in terms of what would have happened if the gun misfired or the officer missed, and you have a woman with her baby who could have potentially been injured or killed.
Senator Espero tells me that he would like to know what type of training these armed officers receive.
Many of the Securitas police have had some police experience, but we don't know how recent it is, and we need to see how much training and re-education and retraining they get on an annual basis.
I've asked the State Department of Transportation to get more specifics on the training that are given to airport police officers.
The spokesman tells me he cannot provide any information. He's stuck in meetings all day.
He says he has also tried to get more details on the training, but the Department of Transportation has not provided them. Is it time to demand those answers from DOT?
Yes, I could certainly see where there is the public need because we've just had a handful of incidents in the last few months, and the public wonders what's going on.
So they have a different type of training then?
I also asked some of the officers at the airport, and they referred me to the DOT. Securitas also did not want to talk, so we got some information from the company website on their responsibilities. Security officers do not carry guns, while airport police do carry firearms. Security officers are there to mainly observe and report suspicious activities. Airport police respond to unusual or emergency situations and can use appropriate escalation of force level, which includes armed response. The role of Securitas at the airports has initiated a lawsuit filed last year by HGEA, which represents the state sheriffs. That lawsuit is still pending. The lawsuit claims that sheriffs are supposed to provide security to all state facilities, which include the airports. Now, the state renewed a 3-year contract with Securitas last year, which pays the company $43 million a year to secure all 11 airports. Manolo Morales, KHON 2 News.
The airport does have several relief areas for service animals, pets in transit, and working animals. There's a fenced-in grassy area between the international and airport security officer. Last week, a Honolulu businessman got a ticket for picking up a client after security told him he needed a permit. Randy Vasconcelos said he was never given a clear explanation on why he was breaking the law. We've been asking the Department of Transportation to clarify the law, and we're still waiting for them to get back to us. Last August, 3 Securitas officers were put on probation after pleading guilty to felony theft. They were originally indicted for bribery after a months-long undercover investigation by the FBI found they solicited and accepted more than $3,000 from taxi and shuttle drivers at the Honolulu airport. After receiving the bribes, officials say some of the drivers were allowed to circumvent the rules. The officers also had to resign from their jobs and will not be able to work at the airport. 3 people arrested